Well guys, I've got a project I need to do. I'm probably already a week later than I should be in doing it. But let's go inside the barn, see if we can find a clear work surface and get it done. It has to do with this package. So as you guys can see, my seed starting station has gotten filled up with stuff. Got my lights hung here, my lights hung here, my lights hung down here. I don't have a whole lot of space, so I just cleared out some space. I'm gonna put a tray right there, and then I'll clear the rest of the stuff off when I get a chance. Honestly, I've got a couple days. They're not gonna sprout and need light for a couple days. So on the bottom shelf there, you saw that big, I think it's called a cement mixing tub, like this one here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix up this with some water, and then I'm gonna use my soil block starter, like I learned from Daniel Arms. Make some soil blocks, put them in here, right over here, and I think I can go, I think I can go five wide and like 8 down or 10 down. Let's see, this would be four, yeah, I think it's about 9 or 10 down. So what I need to do first is get some water to mix this stuff up, and then what I have, this package is seeds from M.I. Gardner. I may have gone slightly overboard with how much I bought, but what I need to start now is not carrots, not zucchini, not gourds, not pumpkins, not sunflowers. I could probably start peppers, but I'm not going to yet. What I really want to start immediately is, this will be needed soon. This is my lettuce. I need to start some of that really soon. Here's what I need, my tomatoes. I need to get these started so that they're big enough when they go out. So I've got Black Seaman, Tessa's Landrace, Boxcar Willie. I've got some more. Let's get started on that. Guys, 5-gallon bucket of water. Gonna go in here. Just gonna mix it up with this hand rake, and then I'm gonna break up some of these clumps. I didn't use some of these blocks last year, so I'm just gonna break them up and then remix them. So let's go ahead and get to that. Say hi. He wants to help. Okay guys, let's see if I can show you how I do this. So this is about how wet I've got it. You can see it's, you know, pretty damp. And then I kind of just try to rock it back and forth. Get these things filled up in here. See, I've just got 2 filled up. It might be still just a little bit damp. So you kind of try to scoop it up and get it in there. It's still not good. I'm gonna fill it up as best you can. So that's pretty good. Okay, so I've got it filled up in there. Then what I'm gonna do is just gonna bring it over here, set it right where I want it, plunge the handle, and there you go. You've got 4 soil blocks. Like this one broke in a little bit here, but once it dries out, it'll get a little bit stronger, and those will be good. So I'll go 4 across, and then I'll bring one in here and go that way. I'm gonna try to get 2 trays done if I can. Okay, so I have 1 tray done. It's 5 wide by 10 long, pretty full in there. And because, so 4, I made 2 more, put over here, and then took 2 of them and put there. So I'll do 4 and 4 again, and everything will work out perfectly. You can move them a little bit if you're careful after you've made them. I'm gonna make up some more of the soil, and all I do is take a bucket of water like this. Say hi, bud.
Hi.
And I just dump some water in, and then I just continue to bring the dry stuff in. And if there's big chunks, let me turn the camera around. Big chunks like this one here, I'll just kind of try to pulverize it as much as I can, and then just kind of try to mix stuff in, pulverize, knock down. Mix this stuff in. You can tell there's a bunch of water still here, so I gotta mix this all around, bring some more dry in, because you want it pretty soupy, but not too soupy. Now that's really helpful, right? It needs to be wet enough where it's holding moisture and it'll hold shape, but not so wet that it's like soggy. So like this here is a pretty good consistency, and what I'll do is try to get all the dry spots here incorporated so they're wet, because you don't want dry spots in your soil blocks if you can avoid it. Okay, so we'll call that good, and we'll take our soil blocker. You can help in just a second, bud. And you kind of rotate it back and forth like that. See, that one came out. Might have been a little bit wet, but if I come over here and kind of push it down, squeeze it out, that looks pretty good. So we'll bring it over here. We'll set it here in the tray. We'll pull the trigger. There we go. We got 4 soil blocks, and then I can just use this. I'm trying to hold this at the same time. If I use the side, I can kind of push them up against there, and they're good to go. So let's fill up that tray. And just like that, we've got 2 trays full of seed starting blocks. Now what I'll do is I've got a bunch, so our family loves tomatoes. So I ordered that many packets of tomatoes from M.I. Gardener. I don't know, it's probably like 10, 12. It's a bunch. It's a bunch of packets. And then this one is from last year. I just don't think I had any room to plant it. Cool thing about M.I. Gardener's seeds, right on the bottom, really quickly and easily, you can say packed for 2018. So this was last year's. I'm going to try some of these. I've got the rest of these. Let's go ahead and get them in there. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I've got 5 cherry tomatoes. I'm going to do 2 rows each. So 10 seeds each of these. Then I have Abe Lincoln, Black Seaman tomato, and Boxcar Willie. I'm going to do 2 rows each of these, so 10 each of these. Then I have Brandywine Black right here, Azoichka tomatoes, which are yellow, Green Zebra tomatoes, and Amana Orange tomato. I'm going to do 1 row each of these. I may start some more later, but for now, I'm just going to do 1 row each of these.
I want to say hi.
I've got a whole bunch. You can say hi, bud. They can see you.
Hi.
Okay. Got a whole bunch of stuff. There's a group called Project Grow in Ann Arbor that I've bought tomatoes from in the past. I've got a bunch of their tags. I'm just going to write on the blank backside and use these to designate my tomatoes. Let's do it. Oh, just so you know, here, let me flip the camera on and I'll show you how you plant them. Okay, so we're going to start with these black cherry tomatoes. And what you do is you don't even have to cover them up. So take the seeds. Can you see the seeds in my hand there? Take some seeds. And you just put them in a little divot of the seed block here. Oh, I got 2 in that one. Such is life. See if I can get 1 in here. 1 in there, 1 in there. And all I do is push it down good to make contact with it, the soil, so you're getting it in the wet soil. You don't have to cover it over. So, I'm not going to. That's all you do is you just drop it in, push it down to make good soil contact, and away you go. And then obviously these will grow out of, they'll get too big for this space at some point in the not too distant future. I'll have to repot them. And at that point you can just kind of move the roots will hold together. I've got 2 more, we'll just put 2 more in there. The roots will hold the soil blocks together. So you can move them easier. The one thing you have to do is you want to move them before they grow into the other soil blocks so that you're trying to separate them and cutting roots and all that stuff. So that's how you do it. I'm going to finish this up. I'll talk to you guys in a second. Here we go, guys. 2 trays full of tomato seeds. These are my cherry tomatoes. These are my bigger tomatoes. Yum. Looking forward to it. Now, as soon as they start to sprout, I will plug in these lights and start giving them grow lights. But until then, we're good to go. I gotta get in the house and get stuff done in there. See you guys later. If you guys are interested, I will leave a link in the description below to this soil blocker. They come in a couple different sizes. This is, I think, the larger one. They come in one that's smaller, but then you have to pot stuff a lot faster. So I've liked it. If you guys start a lot of your seeds, it might be an interesting thing to use. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a comment, click on that thumbs up, the bell, all that good stuff. If you're not a subscriber, think about subscribing. It really helps with the channel. I appreciate it a bunch. So I gotta run. God bless you and your family. I'll see you guys in the next video.